to Love You
podcast, where we are here to
give you all the ease.
We are here to equip, to educate, and to empower the body of Christ so that we can
live the abundant life.
Yeah.
Live better, be better.
An abundance.
Be better, live better.
Yeah, right. Abundance of peace. Yes. Abundance of joy. Yes. Abundance of love.
Yes.
All of that.
All of that resonates in your body.
Oh, and doesn't it?
Because if you don't have peace and you don't have joy, then it shows up in your body.
It does, and trust me, because she has to chisel at it every so often too, because I don't have peace in my body.
Everything, we talked about it. Everything that this piece of equipment, this instrument, man will not make anything that comes close. I don't care what AI or anything else does. Like, those things are amazing, no shade.
Right.
But what God created, will never touch it.
Never touch
like
it.
This literally, your system and everything else that's made after this is just a copy anyway.
Right.
But it literally keeps a very accurate record of everything that has ever happened to it. It is stored in the fibers, literally.
It is.
Yeah. And when you don't let go, it stays, how I want to say is, it stays until you decide to release it.
Go. Yeah. That's a process. That's a process.
It is.
Mentally, physically. It's a process. And I'm going to use that as tears. I mean, it's just part of it, just releasing.
It is.
Yeah.
I love how even sometimes, I can't remember what week that was, and I was like, I'm just crying, and I don't know why, but the body just will
purge.
It will, without you. Be like, you know what, I'm tired of waiting on her. So let me just go ahead and get this thing together.
Yeah.
And start the process.
Yeah. So, what?
How about, why don't you tell the people? She always gets scared when I ask a question because we don't talk about questions beforehand. And so, like,
where's she going, Lord? Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me brace myself.
I don't understand why.
She does. I'm not. I just think it's me. It's not you. It's me.
Who's heard that before? It's not you.
It's me. But I'm ready.
Oh, MG.
No, seriously, what's up?
When did you, how do I want to ask this? Holy Spirit, help me. So you've been coming to the office for 5 years almost now?
2019?
Right? Yes, so that'd be 5.
Yeah.
This would be year 5. Hey, friend.
Wow.
Hey. That's crazy. So now we know how many years it's been. Look at Grace.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right. Wow.
Do you remember your first time on the table?
I remember coming and filling out that sheet, but I can't necessarily say I remember. I remember doing my intake form. I just don't necessarily remember how it was with the first.
Can you share, or would you be willing to share about a time on the table when you had some sort of emotional release and what it was tied to?
So, man, it's pretty heavy one there. Let's say which time. I can pick a couple. I would say a time where, and I thank God for you and thank God for using you in these moments, because I hold and
she's working on not doing that.
Right. And struggling with not feeling worthy. Right. It's been a big thing, and just questioning my worth and just getting to the root and trying to figure out where that stems from. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's a time. Just kind of working through that and just releasing and letting go to know that I am to receive. I had to release to receive that I am.
Can you walk them through what that process was like on the table? I'll run an example. So sometimes I show up, we know that I trade with my friend from school occasionally. And sometimes I walk in because I know my system is full and I'm like, I just want to cry. Like, if sometimes it's, I'm holding emotion and I really want to let it out and for whatever reason, I can't release it. And so I get on the table and it is in that moment that I'm like he'll hit certain spots where muscle, like places I know I've had injury before. And then the tears will begin to flow.
No, for me, it's because usually I'm trying to deal into the realm of emotion. So it comes up, but it's not like you walk in knowing that you need to release. I'm carrying so much, I don't take the time to notice. And so when I'm on the table, I'm still.
Look at that.
Right. So I'm quiet, and now I can think. And sometimes you're saying release, I don't know if it's the God part or the whatever, or if it's all of it. But when she's like, you just got to release it. And I guess most people would think that it's just like let the tension go. But when she says release, when you say it to me, it is more spiritual. And that's when I start crying. I'm like, where you go, bro? I ain't signed up for this. This is not, because I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it catches me by, I guess, surprise, because I don't go in with that expectancy to release. I just want to go in, work on my neck so I can turn, release some tissue like that, but not actually releasing the emotion that I'm experiencing, that I suppress, because I was a suppressor. I would suppress things, and so I don't know. Getting on your table, it opens it up for me so that I don't suppress anymore, because I'm sitting still and I'm quiet. And okay. Yeah. Whew, it's an experience. It really is an experience, but it's needed because it really is a release. Because otherwise, probably in a lot of other areas, I might not necessarily get it. Just to sit still long enough to get it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this woman has picked me up and held me. I'm crying so much. You know what I'm saying? Just release it. I'm just saying, like, because it's coming out, and I'm like, I don't even know, like, where is it coming from, and just just releasing it. So yeah. I don't know if did I answer your question? I don't know. Like walking into the process, because I hold on my body. I really hold in my body and up here and all that kind of stuff. And so
but you're more aware of that now, because everybody. In some form, or most people, I'll say most people, I'll say everybody, because I've not met everybody.
Right.
But the people in my sphere, most of them hold, like they are,
hold my shoulders, I hold my breath, I hold,
And most people, like it, until somebody says,
it's okay to let it go.
Or even before that, did you know that your shoulder was up here and your hip was over here? And then it becomes, that awareness hits. And did you know you were walking like that? And then to let it down, that's just awareness. Like,
it is. I so many times through the day, put your shoulders down, Erica. Why are your shoulders behind your ears, Erica? And I'm doing that, but you just like this and just breathing and putting my shoulders down. Like,
I think that goes back to our favorite devotional.
Yes.
For those thoughts where we think that we have to carry literally everything, and we've all heard that saying, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Literally on your shoulders.
Right.
Right. Well, I would say a good topic today, because it's a big one. It's a big one. And so we're wanting to address or just have a dialogue about the impact of unforgiveness on the body.
So here's what I did. The definition of unforgiveness is an unwillingness or inability to forgive. Also, choosing not to have compassion for someone that has offended us. So I'll be very honest that I struggled with that just as a lot of might bit.
Right. Yeah, as most do.
Because when you have had trauma, like legit, when you've had trauma, it's like you the thought of being told that I am not having compassion for someone else, the immediate thought is, well, did they have compassion for me
when they hurt me?
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was spoken to me several years ago is that forgiveness is being able to not, like, how did he put it? Because that's the one journal that I forgot that had it in there. But forgiveness is not, I'm dying to say it like it was said, but it's not being like, it's when you are able to not hold, see, walk through flesh, right?
Yeah.
That person or that thing, it doesn't draw that same sort of ire out of you. And I didn't say it the way I want to, so I'm going to have to make sure we give production exactly how that was quoted.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you are saying that what they did was right.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you are, agreeing with it in any form, but it does mean that you are freeing yourself. So then I looked up synonyms for unforgiveness, and being told that compassion wasn't enough. Synonyms for unforgiveness are as follows: unrelenting, ruthless.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one hit. That passed my pinky toe. I was like,
ruthless. Wow.
I feel like that is on a spectrum of like maybe that just
ruthless. Yeah, no, ruthless. That's
uncompromising and unyielding. Unforgiveness takes away from your life.
It does.
Your happiness.
It does.
Your joy. It's a burden that you carry alone for the most part, but an illness that you share with those closest to you.
It can fester and and it's such a heavy thing to carry. I mean, just you don't necessarily, I guess, realize it when you're in it, but it can be. It's a heavy thing to carry, and man, I just at this part of my life, I just want things light. I just want life just lighter. Like, let me not, because that anger, like the stress that it's causing in your body, it is taking away from you.
It literally takes away from your life.
It does. And so, where are you going next? I was gonna say, go ahead.
You want me to or not?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
No.
Okay. So because it was a little more extensive here, just like the actual, so finish yours. Yeah.
All right. Some of the negative effects of unforgiveness, according to the National Institute of Health, are stress, increased anxiety, increased depression, social isolation, and compromised physical health due to stress on the immune system.
Right. And that actually segues into the actual physical pressure. Yeah, diabetes, all of that. But here's the thing, though. So it's an even more extensive list and things that we don't even think about because when you're holding on to unforgiveness, that is a constant state of stress for your body, right? And so when you're in this constant state of stress, you got that's that fight or flight mode with the sympathetic system that you're staying in.
Yep,
it should just release cortisol. It should be only for a short term, but if you're staying that way all the time or majority of the time, these are a few of the things that can happen, like in your everyday life, right? It causes resistance to weight loss.
Cortisol.
Right. High cortisol increases your blood sugar significantly over time, leading to increased risk of insulin resistance and diabetes. Blood pressure can go up. The free radicals increases like the free radicals in your body, and that's breaking your cells down, right? It can even impact how your body can process your thyroid level, right? So thyroid hormone, that can impact that as well. Your intestines, so you said about the immune system, okay? When you have this constant state also, it causes problems with fertility. And hormones and all that, so you have issues with fertility because you're still in fight or flight response all the time, right?
Relaxed.
you're not relaxed, so it's not a good time, right? And so it can cause increased risk for irritable bowel syndrome. You know, you having problems with constipation or problems with these loose stools, your body's out of whack all the time. It can impact your estrogen level, vagus nerve, yeah.
Because your vagus nerve goes
right, absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
And then your body's ability to detoxify. So if you're stressed and the cortisol levels are up high, your body can't even get rid of the stuff that it needs to get rid of, you know, at an efficient level. So it's like,
there's a reason the Lord tells you not to let the sun go down on your anger. Because anger can turn into bitterness. And then the fruit of that becomes, again, because your body keeps a very accurate record of everything that's happened to it. And so then the fruit of that looks like everything that you've just named. So a lot of times we're dealing with, like we've talked about before, and we'll get into in another episode, why am I craving that? Like, why do I want a particular thing? But a lot of times the cravings come from some emotional place. Like it takes you back. Like some things are positive. Right. It takes you back there. But usually you're trying to go back to that positive space from some negative space that you are in currently. Yeah. And sugar is a big one because of how it affects the brain.
It is. It's an addictive thing.
I wrote down unforgiveness is a poison. And I feel like listing everything that it is, like that is poison. Because what does poison do in your body? It destroys you. It kills you.
It does. And this is not even all-inclusive list.
Right.
Just few things. Yeah.
When I was reading another thing that came up, it said forgiveness equals a better overall sense of well-being. Like you think about like what your relationship with God, I can't remember, but I mean, it's not just like it's just one event that I've seen that, but in a multitude of events where moms or daughters or whoever, like people have lost somebody and they're able to forgive the perpetrator of that. I'm like, whoo, because to know God, it says knowing who God is affects how we relate to one another. And so the Lord Jesus, like if he can come like and forgive us of all of our sins. And I think we so often get caught up in thinking that, you know, I mean, I'm not like that. But it's not, but I mean, I was listening to a pastor the other day. He was like, given the right circumstances, you'll make a multitude of decisions that you thought you would. He's like, never say never.
Yeah, because life can come around and teach you a couple different things on that one. But that's interesting about it and who. Yeah, I might need to get into that, but go ahead.
What is it?
No, I'm just saying I had to kind of do a checkmate for myself. I think I may have even mentioned on the podcast before about unforgiveness and who's worthy of forgiveness.
When you were talking about
it's like, but God will have it that we all.
He said it is not his desire that any man should perish.
Any man should perish, right? And so, but you want to say, well, but this is what these people are okay, but these people are not. You know what I'm saying? Like it is not. He said all. He said all. He meant he didn't want any. He didn't want any to perish, right? So yeah, but anyway, that's.
I don't really, because I was thinking, I was like, well, you know, Tammy, what can you share? And I think one of my biggest, I wrote down 2 life lessons. One, unforgiveness steals time. And I look back in my life in the spaces where it took me longer than it, because we are to forgive quickly. Where it took me longer than quickly. And I mean years. To come to a space of forgiveness with some people. And now, you know, some of them are in, you know, like a compromised or degenerative state, you know, and thinking about all of the time that was missed in those moments where I was holding. And that's not, time is a commodity that once it's spent, like you cannot get, it's a currency that once spent, you can't get it back. And so that's it. And so it really does behoove us to, and it's hold, let me check real fast before I make this come out of my mouth. Just do a double check.
Yeah.
So you can talk about something while I'm looking it up.
And it's such and you don't, like you're saying, you don't realize how
being in your house and this telephone, we gonna
sorry.
fight.
Sorry. But like looking back and hating the things that you missed out on because you couldn't let go. Because once people, like if somebody passes away and they're gone,
That's it.
They're gone, and you don't get that opportunity back. So I don't know. And it's such an imprisonment to walk around with that, and bondage to walk around with all that anguish and hate and anger and all the stuff. And even though sometimes, a lot of things sometimes are justified, right? And so it makes it so hard for you to get over because when somebody hurts you, it's like, hey,
And I'm not going to say it that way because it wasn't written that way, so I don't want any confusion about it.
What, you looking up? You can't find it? Oh, okay.
Well, I know I found it, but the wording is different, so I don't want to touch it.
Oh, okay.
But first life lesson is unforgiveness steals time. And sadly, living witness to that. And then the second is it locks us in our past. Because I was reading somewhere else, it says, ruminating on the transgressions or injustice is linked to maintaining unhealthy anger. Like if you continue to run that loop, think about that. Like if you keep running that, like you can be a little upset about something and then, you keep thinking about it and then you go tell so-and-so and they're like, oh my God. And it's like it continues to add fuel to that fire. And now the thing that was like this big is now, as large as this room. And it unforgiveness keeps you in your past. And I think about it was actually the devotion, and then there was another sermon where they were like, when the Lord told Lot's wife not to look back because that was her past, and he was leading her towards that was her past. And so we are not to get locked in our past, and because you miss out on so much, like you just, and I found that in my own life. And the biggest thing for me currently is to give myself grace.
Yes, that
right, so that I can move forward. Now, because that's what the Lord offers. He gives us grace. And so I have to also give myself grace. If the Lord can forgive me, the next person that needs to do the forgivings, I have to forgive myself.
Right. Yeah. So what was the process like for you though, with the healing and forgiving?
So I don't mind being vulnerable. What I found was this. One of the people in my life that I had to forgive was my daddy. And it literally was the Lord. And it was like, we talked about how I would put people and not just people, but situations in boxes because that allowed me, categorize, because that allowed me to kind of dump. That's how I was able, it was a coping mechanism. That's how I was able to maintain. And when necessary, dump those things because it kept like a brick wall, a barrier between me and that thing or that person. And so my daddy, before he died, he was ill. He had a stroke when I was 17 years old. And when I was around, I think 24, because we had to send him down to stay with my aunts. And I went down, my aunt was like, like it was the end. And so we went down and I walked into his hospital room. And though, some of the things that came out of his mouth were the very same things that he would have said if he was in his full, self.
Right.
But the Lord just opened my eyes. He opened the eyes of my heart differently. And he said, baby, he is just a man. And it was literally, that was freeing for me.
Yeah.
And I think I had something to fall back on in that I had a letter from my father at that point that he had sent that, where he apologized and he asked for forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
And so that was even though I couldn't fully receive that, because again, things were in boxes.
Yeah.
But I think later down the road that helped, and then walking in that room, and it was just like, he is.
Yeah.
And even as I sit now in a current space where I'm just looking at this person, and I'm like, they're just, and it's that. It is, it has been, as the Lord chips away and heals those spaces in my heart, it allows me to see people the way the Lord sees them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the eyes of love and compassion. Because the fact of the matter is, so am I.
Yeah.
In somebody's life, so am I.
Right.
So that same grace that they need, I also need. So yeah, and I don't want to waste any more time, because I cannot have it back.
Right.
I can't get it back. Best podcast, one of the best I ever listened to was Tori Roberts on time.
Oh, right.
Because it is a currency that you truly cannot get back.
Yeah.
That is it. And so you have to steward. If there's anything to be stewarded well, it is your time.
Yeah.
And so not to waste your time
in unforgiveness.
Yeah.
And it's the most precious, but it's the most taken for granted.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. But I love the part about how with and forgiving yourself.
Yes.
Right. And guess you got
everything starts there. Is like we're all like why we struggle so much, and I it was in a conversation I had, many moons ago. But like, who are you to not forgive you if God has forgiven you?
Right.
Like, make it make sense.
But it's a journey, though. Most people have to get there. You got to get to that piece, because we do a really good job of beating ourselves up, and
but but that's just to pull the veil back or the cap back and be like, the creator of the universe has forgiven me. Who in the world am I?
Yes.
To not,
And there's peace in that.
There's such, and so I. For the people that come into my office, please let it go. Like, people are always like, how do you do that? Like, don't your hands get tired? I'm like, I'm not. Girl, guy, humans. If I was working with my hands, I would have been out the game.
Right.
Yeah. But it's not my hands.
Right.
Like, that's not where the force comes from.
Yeah.
And then when God graces you to do something, it's just different.
Yeah,
anyway.
It is different.
Yeah.
It is different.
So, how have you seen
and it was yours and mine.
It is mine.
Okay.
How have you seen forgiveness manifest in your life? Do I need to ask that differently? Because I was looking for words. I was hunting them down. How have you seen unforgiveness manifest in your life? And then that can segue into forgiveness.
I'm thinking about the first. I think I can answer the first question. I know.
Have you seen it manifest in your body?
Oh, absolutely, and you'll see.
Oh, goody.
Right. But I think it just goes back to the piece of once I recognize and understand that God, and we just said this, that God is truly my source, because man is fallible, right? Like, we fall short. It happens. People are going to disappoint you. That's life.
Yes.
Right. And we've been hurt and all these kind of things, but to recognize that God is my source of everything, and that I know that He has me, right? And so, but like you said, once you start healing, you can see other people who may have caused you harm. You see them differently. It changes your vision. And we just read about the compassion. Now I can have compassion. I can see that person. They're not this villain, this, whatever that I thought this necessarily. I can say a monster. That's kind of strong, but this negative.
I'll go with
in some cases, but but in particular, just they're not this. I see them differently. Like they seem more delicate to me.
Yes.
than before.
You can see the hurt and the broken.
Yeah, right. And so I see their soul and I see them differently. And so that helps me. Because I've been able to forgive and I'm healing on my side. Now I want to reach back and I want to help them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to feel that freedom and that liberty, just not to let things go.
Yes.
Like it's
to not carry, to not drag around that dead body.
Yeah, yes.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, it is. And so that's how healing and unforgiveness I've seen in my life, just being able to and I am so grateful for it because it is different. It is so different.
Healing
Somebody saw me the other day
work.
and she saw me, and I guess I know sometimes you can look tired, but she said your eyes, you look like you got peace.
Yes.
Even though my body felt tired. But she said, you look like you have peace. And I was like, you know what? I do. I do. You know what I'm saying? And so, and she don't have any clue of anything that I've experienced or gone through. But she said, I see you. So you just like, you have peace. And I'm like, what? And that whole living the peace that surpasses all understanding.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That's some different level stuff right there. It is. And I'm grateful I'm grateful for God and the experiences that he's entrusting me with to get through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different, y'all.
Your whole perspective shifts. And we talked about that the other day. Your whole perspective shifts. Like you're able to walk into spaces that originally would have not just felt hard, but would have put you down.
Oh yeah. And destroy you.
I'm able to say,
no weapon
okay,
formed.
Lord, I see the lesson that can be learned here. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
No weapon, no.
It's gonna form, but it
ain't gonna prosper.
It won't come to anything.
Yeah. And boy, I tell you, and it almost feels like, remember I told you, like sometimes your mind is like, why are you not more enraged? Why are you not more upset about?
Right. Why aren't you behaving like we used to behave? Right.
But when you have the peace of God, that is your center. When I say I can't, because he's my source, it's y'all should come to the side. It's a great side. It's good. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good. And I want people to be free. I want people to have peace. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a good place to be in. Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah. It is. I think one of the best compliments the other day was I had my former mentor tell me, you don't look heavy. Your soul and your spirit don't look heavy anymore. Oh, okay then. Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So somebody to see the journey, to see where you come from. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, I feel a little I'm grateful. I'm grateful because it didn't take me, not saying anything against somebody else who took that long, but I'm just grateful that I'm here now. Yes. And it's not in 10 years.
The point is to get there, but to still, as far as we can perceive now, have life to live behind it. I'm grateful, yes. Yeah. I am. But whether you get to it now, or get to it on your deathbed, just get to it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it on this side. Let's go ahead and get it on this side.
Of course.
So you have time to enjoy it.
Of course.
To be in that
but
space.
Also,
get there.
Yeah. It's lighter.
Yeah. So let it go, y'all. That unforgiveness and how it impacts your body and in turn impacts your life and how you deal with other people and just how you just engage and just live life. It's not worth what it costs.
And it's not worth your health.
That, right.
It's not loving you. And we keep talking about
self-love.
Showing up and loving yourself. And so letting go of the things that hold you back and hold you down.
Yes.
Letting those things go, that's loving you. And I don't mean like just what's the song? Let go. I don't mean that. I mean work through it.
Yeah, right.
And then allow the Lord to release you from it. Like just let go. Like that's what I mean. I don't mean
process it now.
Yes, I don't mean like stuff it and shove it somewhere. I mean like really walk through it and allow for healing in it so that you can live the abundant life.
That's living the abundant life. It is.
Treat your mind, treat your body, and treat your soul well.
Yeah.
Take care of all of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, self-maintenance is cute. Self-maintenance / care is
It's cool.
cute.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
required. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you need deodorant, definitely put that on. Right?
Yes,
Run it with some soap.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
get your
Shampoo
nails
your
done.
hair,
All that. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
But the deeper internal work, please do that because that's love.
It is. It is. It is. Well,
I love you.
And I love you.
And I love you.
And I love you. Yes. Yeah. Love is just so. I'm just feeling full. I'm feeling full. You know, I started out and was kind of tired and dragging.
No.
But I'm feeling
get
really
sushi
full.
afterwards.
Right. Yes, we do. Yeah, we're sushi. Right. Just feeling full. And just grateful for just all the opportunities, man.
Growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. Hope.
Yeah.
Huge opportunities presented every day.
Every day. And just one more day. Just one more day. Just give it your all and try your best. Invest in you just one more day.
And here's an opportunity for you.
Yes. Whoa, what a great day. So what I would love to do. I did. That was pretty smooth, baby. That was pretty smooth. So I would like to, at this moment, for anyone that comes across this podcast, if you have not had the wonderful, precious opportunity to know Jesus Christ, I want to offer him to you on today. You know, we all have, having a repentant heart, knowing that we need a Savior, and Jesus died for us. And so as Romans 10:9 says, that if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, that you shall be saved. Not might be, shall be saved. Right? Shall equals will. And if you do that, make that confession today, you're a part of the family. And I definitely want to extend that invitation. It's the best decision you could ever make in your life.
Love is actionary.
It is.
It's not a feeling.
It is.
It's an action.
It is.
And so the cross was action.
Yes.
And so you are loved. We are loved more than it.
You can't measure it.
It boggles my mind. Even before I started met, like my whole brain just be out here like, ooh. What's the little thing we do?
Oh, yes.
But
Yeah.
you are so intimately loved. And nothing that you have done stops.
Not one thing.
This was in Jeremiah 1:5 says that even before you were in your mouth.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
So he already knows.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that he knew everything that I would get myself into. And he knows all the things that will come. But he still said,
He chooses us. Yeah, he still chooses us no matter what.
and we want people to choose us so bad when the creator of the universe has already chosen
He's
us.
already chosen you.
Yep.
You don't have to clean it up. You don't have to fix it up. You don't have to dress it up. Literally come as you are. And he is waiting with arms open wide.
And it's him. A human's gonna run into some things. So you don't have, it's not about humans. It's about God.
Yeah, God Almighty. Yes, absolutely. So no, it's a thing, y'all. It's a vibe, y'all. It's a vibe.
And that's what's funny is, we at the beginning we were like, it's eerily quiet.
I know. But now it's like a saturated peace.
Yeah. He is in this space.
Yes, he is.
Thank you, Lord, for your presence. Thank you for your liberty. Thank you for the joy and the peace of your presence. Thank you that you are God. And that you desire for us to know you intimately.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that, Lord. I thank you for that. I pray that your will always be done
Yes.
on
Yes,
earth
God.
as in Jesus' name.
Yes.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Oh, here we go. I don't know when I signed up for this job, y'all, but like, share, and subscribe. I mean, yeah, today you're going, I got this position. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. So
Why?
Because if this is something that is blessing you and you want to bless and help others,
Grassroots
yes.
wellness.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thinking about wellness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And it all starts with
It does. It does. It does. Yep. Love you podcast.
That's it.
People.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Okay. Oh, you do that.
No.
Okay, no. All right. Well, never mind.
It was enough for me to even do that.
You did good. You did good. Okay, now to go. Baby steps. Baby steps. Yeah, we're gonna do baby steps. Okay, baby steps. That was so cool. Okay, baby steps. And listen, good people. So, if you have not had the opportunity, which I'm still going through the process, but it's still just such a blessing, and talking about The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips, and talking about so many of the emotions and getting to the root of things and working through them so that you can you talk about living an abundant life and be free. This is a great investment, a really great investment. So and this is one I'm going slow with. I'm going slow because I'm trying to take it in because it's a great resource. So yeah, absolutely. So check her out. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Yeah.
So phenomenal. And it's just one of the trauma books that I have at home. But this talks about how it shows up in your system.
Yeah. Right.
And I highly suggest this. The body keeps the score. Brain, mind, and body in the healing of trauma.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Definitely. And this is one I'm definitely going slowly through.
Right. Yeah.
And then we've already shared with you why am I like this. And then there's another book, What Happened to You. We'll bring that up.
Right.
But really being intentional about learning how interacting with the world in the spaces that haven't been quite as positive has impacted us so that we can heal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out.
Yep, it's worth
Definitely
it.
check it out.
All right. Take care. Bye.